Okay, next we'll be installing our jack tray. This is a rolling jack tray. You'll notice that we have casters that roll right on this channel. It makes it so much easier to roll our tray from back and forth without it sliding on the top of your lift. Now you want to adjust this to where it's in the middle, so you want to look at kind of a gauge to how far away you are on both sides, and then what you want to do, Lane, take and tighten up. You're going to tighten one side with a number 6 Allen wrench. And then the opposite side, what you want to do is just hand tighten. Once you get them hand tightened, and what that'll do, that allows, if there's a little bit of not true all the way through, this axle will move and stay in the track, and it makes it roll from front to back very easily. This tray is a 4,000-pound capacity tray. It enables you to put a bottle jack on there to raise the car up to take the tires off of the track if you want to do tire work or brake work. We also put a little drain plug in there to where if you happen to spill antifreeze or oil in there, you got a drain plug in the bottom you can take out, and makes it easy to clean. With the purchase of our lift, included in that you get 4 drip trays. This allows you to put a car on top. If it happens to leak any oil or fluids, when you raise it up and you drive a car underneath, these trays positioned in the right spot will catch all of those drips and keep them off of the car below. And they'll fit right inside. You get 4 of them and you just slide them where you need them to catch all that leaky oil. Okay, you also include in this lift get 4 aluminum stops. These are stops and drops that you can put right in on the outside of the lift in that ramp clip. Allows you to where the car will not roll off of the lift once it's on there. To get the car on, you take them off, you insert your aluminum ramps, and then now you're able to drive on the lift. With our lift, we don't have a front or a back, so you can come off or on either end of the lift. Okay, now we're going to show you how the casters will fit onto this lift. The caster is a cool option because it makes it to where you don't have to designate a space for this lift to always be in the same spot. It's freestanding, it's designed to be freestanding, but you can, with the help of these casters, make this to where I can move this from one bay to the other bay or outside of my garage if I need to do that. So the way they do this is you take the caster fork, you raise the lift up to the first lock like it is right now, take the fork, go around the leg with the pin going through the hole, through the other side, and then you have a clip that goes on to the outside, holding it into place. Do that on all 4 posts, and then we're ready to lower the lift. The casters are installed. Now we want to lower the lift down to where the cross arm fits inside of these saddles. And as the lift continues to go down, you get a cantilever effect. It pushes down this part of the fork and raises up the legs with the weight of the lift. So we'll open up the locks, let the lift go down. One thing to watch for is to make sure that your saddles are lined up right here, that you see that they're going into the cross rail. You want to do it on this end and the other end as well. And Lane has given me the thumbs up. We're ready to go. So once it sets onto that saddle, now I can let go of my lock here, and I just continue to hold down my hydraulic release, and it's slowly picking up the legs from the post to where now the lift is actually movable. Now if you want to get it up a little higher, if you have to go out of a bump in a garage, then sometimes by you standing on the lift and holding that valve down, the little extra weight lets them legs come up just a little bit higher. And as you can see now, we got a good 1.5 to 2 inches off the floor. A thing to know is you want this fork to be level. The more level it is, the easier for them casters to actual caster and move when you move it around in the garage. And at this point, you can see if I wanted to move this, one person can actually move this lift very easily. It really takes one to guide it and one to push it to move it around. One of the last steps is now to insert your aluminum ramp so that you can drive the car up onto the lift. You'll notice this is lightweight, about 27 pounds, but we have reinforced the inside of it with all these gussets to make it strong as steel, but you got the lightweightness of aluminum. And what you do is you've got a lip here, pull out your ramp stop, and you insert this right into that same groove, and you'll notice that sets directly onto the floor. So now you have a 4.5-inch raise to drive up onto the lift. With this down here, I can drive a brand new C7 Corvette right up on here with have no drag absolutely at all. Another nice thing about this lift is you have storage for your aluminum ramps right on board on the lift. It's one less thing you have to have leaning up against the wall in the garage. Now installing this jack, it weighs over 300 pounds. It's advisable to use your cherry picker or this material handling lift as well, because it'll hold it and all you got to do is balance it. Bring it over it, lower it down. You'll adjust these wheels so that they fit in the groove. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. Just like so. I can move this out. And now what you want to do is get it level. And so what I usually do is just do a gauge, same distance between my wheel and the jack on all 4 corners. Just like so. And then I want to tighten up my jam nuts on the outside with my number 6 Allen wrench. And just like the jack tray, on this side I'm just going to hand tighten them. And that will allow this axle to travel in and out when it goes front to back so it stays in the middle of the groove. And this makes it easy to move these from side to side, from end to lift when you're working on the front of the car or the rear of the car. Okay, to operate this jack, very simple. This is a manual pump, hydraulic pump, pumping oil to a cylinder. So there's a valve in the back here. You close it, then you've got a bent handle so that your handle is not hitting the bottom of the car. Raise this up to get the desired height you want. You pull out the lock pin, allows this lock lever to drop, and you'll see that there's 3 lock parts so that you can set the jack onto the lock. Now at this point I'm on the hydraulic, so I'm going to lower it by opening up my valve. It'll set down. Now I'm against the lock. All my pressure's off my cylinder and I'm on my jack. My cars are off of the track. I'm able to do brake work, front end work, and not have any issues of a jack that's wobbly. These also telescope out so you can get to lift points, and we also have dense foam blocks to give you lifting points so that you're not metal to metal, or if you got a powder coated frame, it's not messing up your frame. These telescope in when you go down. Just like your lift, you have to tighten it up, raise it up off of the lock. Once it's off the lock, take your lever, push that back into the hole. It holds the lock up. Now I can lower this, and this will lower your jack all the way to the bottom. Very smooth working. This is for drive over clearance, just right at 3 inches above the track for drive over clearance.